Rawr! That's hi in dinosaur. If you're ever wondering what all the antennas are on Rexy, please follow along. This is Rexy's pitot tube. The pitot tube helps us know which direction the wind's blowing. Also helps us know if we have a headwind in front of the car, we have a tailwind coming from the back of the car, and if we're in traffic during the day. This is probably the most important antenna on Rexy's roof. This is our main radio antenna. That's what helps us talk to the drivers, and also the drivers to tell us any important info that's going on. This is actually our dummy camera. This is where if we have an in-car camera for the weekend, there's a camera that's mounted up here so that way we can watch the live shots from the front of Rexy. This is one of the many scrutineering antennas that we have for IMSA. This is the GPS antenna that gives position and speed. This little guy is also part of the IMSA scrutineering system. This is what helps relay all the live telemetry from the car back to IMSA's scrutineering. Last but not least, this is part of the marshalling system. So this receives a signal back that will go to the dashboard on the car that tells the drivers green flag, yellow flag, and other important info.
Who installs the antennas?
I do not install any of the antennas. A lot of Rexy's awesome crew will put all the antennas in and make sure they work.
Where on the roof the antennas go?
That is a great question, Gunner. We have all these many documents that IMSA tells us where we have to put everything.
What happens if we show up to tech and they're in the wrong spot?
It's another great question, Gunner. We have to totally take everything off the roof, drill new holes in the roof, and then of course, Rexy has to get a brand new tail after that.
What does it look like underneath?
It's another great question, Gunner. Underneath, you can see some of the specific things that we have to do for these antennas to have a specific ground plane, so that way the sensors can operate properly with the full carbon roof that we have on the top of Rexy. Speaking of the pitot tube, this is what the pitot tube looks like from inside the cockpit. Back to our most important antenna, this is what the bottom of the radio antenna looks like. That radio antenna runs down to our radios here. We have a main radio for the drivers, and then just in case, we always have a backup radio in case something happens with the primary side. This is what our in-car dummy camera looks like when we actually do not have a camera. Back to all of Gunner's fabulous questions about the roof and the ground plane. These are the locations of the three antennas up at the top, the GPS, the telemetry radio, and then also the marshalling radio here. These all run down all of our cabling systems here and go to a telemetry modem here, which is basically like a cell phone that will send all of our data to IMSA so that way they can see everything. And then the scrutineering system or the marshalling system is what we see over here on this side that helps show the drivers the status of the racetrack, green flag, yellow flag, and then some info of the cars in front of them and the cars behind them. Probably we can call this the heart of Rexy. This is our main battery. The other thing that Rexy has is a bunch of safety equipment. This is probably the most important safety equipment. This is our fire extinguisher. This is how we keep Rexy's weight in check. This is a weight box where we can add and take weight away to meet the minimum weight requirements that IMSA asks for. This is how we keep Rexy's battery charged. This is our battery charger lead. Here we have many of the electronic control devices that help Rexy run. Our scrutineering, telemetry radios. These are our different loggers or ECUs that help control all of the functions of Rexy. We have the ones that control all the things for the dashboard itself and all the sensors on the car. This one here will help control all the power that goes to all the sensors and all the car's systems. This is our scrutineering logger itself. This is the one that controls all of the sensors that IMSA has us run to keep everything in check and be legal. Another very important part of Rexy is our drink bottle system, so that way the drivers can stay hydrated during the race. Along with many of the other electronic systems, this is the Bosch engine control unit or Bosch ECU that helps Rexy do his Rawr. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any other questions, please follow along.